Yeah, so I kind of get torn on this one, right? I am a fan of the game before anything else, but I have a business partnership with the NBA. The fan in me is like, I want to see the Lakers play the Nuggets. I don't want no smoke with the Los Angeles Clippers because I am one of the people who do believe the problem with the Clippers is not that they're not a really good basketball team, is that they have a problem waking up and staying engaged for 48 minutes. And I'll tell you this, if you can get the Clippers to the fourth quarter, you got a chance. It's the same formula that I used against the Golden State Warriors a couple years ago. The thing is, when you have that many guys who genuinely believe that they're the best player on the court, like a Montrezl Harrell, like a Lou Williams, like a Paul George, like a Kawhi, and maybe not the best on both sides of the court, because I don't think Lou Williams thinks he's a better defender than Kawhi, but he definitely believes the ball should be in his hands down the stretch. Montrezl Harrell definitely believes that the ball should be in his hands down the stretch. Marcus Morris definitely believes the ball should be in his hand down the stretch. When you got that many guys, and then you look at Patrick Beverley, he definitely believes he should be guarding the Nuggets' best player. Paul George definitely believes he should be the one locking up the Nuggets' best player. Or maybe it's the opposite direction, right? Like maybe it's like, yo, I shouldn't have to guard the best player because I'm the number one responsibility on offense. You got Kawhi, obviously, who can do it on both ends. But a lot of the series, we haven't seen Kawhi lock up the other team's best player in Jamal Murray, a lot of it. So many egos involved. I've said this. Get the Clippers to the fourth quarter. Make Marcus Morris, Montrezl Harrell, whomever's on the court at the time, and all these other great Clippers, make them choose. You get that awkward vibe. See, this is where chemistry matters, right? All that regular season when Kawhi was taking his private jets separate of the team, when the Clippers were not practicing much, this is where it kicks in the fourth quarter. As long as the Clippers are blowing teams out, which they can win a championship easily by not having a lot of close games. The Warriors did it back to back. You can do it with all the egos in the world because you're that great offensively and defensively. But in the fourth quarter, you find out about the team's makeup. You find about how much guys really trust each other. Where's the real respect? You can tell me you respect me all you want. Guys say they respect Russell Westbrook every day. Somebody new say, man, Russ is just one of those guys, Hall of Famer, this and that, which he is. But you'll never see these guys just screaming to go to OKC, screaming to go to Houston or wherever Westbrook's playing at next. You don't see that. There could be love there. Is it genuine love? Is it genuine respect? So, the Clippers, as they take on the Nuggets in this Game 7, the fan in me wants to see the Nuggets win because I want my Lakers to get to the finals. Business in me, as I partner with the NBA, I need to see the Clippers and Lakers go at it. Because the NBA's running late, obviously, due to COVID, and then they had to push back a week or so, they're running right up against football now. And let's just call a spade a spade. The money that's in football versus the money that's in basketball for everyone is not even close. For ESPN, the money that's in football, college and NBA, and college and professional, right? Those Monday Night Football games. I used to work at ESPN. Trust and believe. The NBA deal is the biggest deal that ESPN's got, right? They love obviously they care about that NBA deal. But they value the Monday Night Football games with the utmost. I remember one time at ESPN when I was working there, I made a joke about they had these they got the pylon cameras at ESPN. I was making my highlight, and my joke was nobody cares about that damn pylon camera angle. Who cares? Man, the producer yelled at me and screamed at me and damn near was ready to let me go that night. ESPN pays a lot of money for little stuff like pylon cameras. For one game a week, by the way, for the most part. Monday Night Football. Trust and believe. They care about that product as a whole. You pay a lot of money for Monday Night Football to keep it away from Fox, NBC, and CBS. You pay a lot of money. Football is the priority right now when you combine the college and the NFL with ESPN. That's why you see the Clippers and Nuggets playing Game 6 at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. That's 10 o'clock on the West Coast. That's why that happens. Because football is becoming a priority. The only way the NBA stays in the forefront, in my opinion, is you got to have a big-time matchup. And all due respect to Jimmy Butler, Jason Tatum, Kemba Walker, I think that series is going to be great out east, Miami versus Boston. That ain't paying the NBA's bills. That ain't paying ESPN's bills. The one that's got the model, the attraction, the appeal Kawhi versus Bron. Battle of LA. Paul George versus AD. Who's going to get their first ring first? Who's getting to the finals first? Doc Rivers, Frank Vogel. All that love, all that love that ain't there. Patrick Beverly, Caruso. Both of those guys from nothing to something. Great come-up stories. Different ways. From the G League to the NBA. Patrick Beverly was overseas. Made his way to the professionals. Ain't looked back since. Marcus Morris versus his twin brother, Markieff Morris. That's the matchup you need right there. Not the Lakers in 5 versus the Nuggets. Clippers got to win this game. Does Kawhi's legacy need this win? No. But, I got to be real with you. More than Kawhi's legacy needed, he just won a ring last year. I think Doc Rivers' legacy needs this one. I think Paul George's legacy needs this one. I think those two guys, before anything else, they need this win. They need this win. Both of their legacies. I know Doc Rivers has a championship, but somebody brought it to my attention. Doc Rivers has blown a plethora of 3-1 series leads. Tomorrow will be another one. He blew one with T-Mac. He blew it with the Clippers, Chris Paul. And now he's got Kawhi. Paul George. Two of the best 8 perimeter guys we've seen in the last decade and a half. Y'all figure this out. Clippers cannot lose Game 7 to the Nuggets when they were up 3-1. Cannot lose this game. NBA needs them to win. ESPN needs them to win. Deep down, I think LeBron James needs them to win. Let's not play this game. One of my biggest, as a fan of this game, one of the things I really couldn't stand, I was a Kobe fan, right? One of the things that I hated was that we never got that Kobe-LeBron matchup in the finals because I believe the Lakers would have won it. But I don't know. We never got it. With LeBron probably maybe a year or so away from being out of his prime. He looks great right now, by the way. We could really use the LeBron versus Kawhi. Let's not leave that in the air. We got Mike versus Magic. We got Mike versus Larry. We got Larry versus Magic. We got Shaq and Kobe versus AI, though that's a little unfair. We got Pierce versus Bron. We got Wade versus Bron. We've gotten so much. It would be a damn shame. We got Kobe versus Duncan. Dirk versus Bron. All these things we can go back to from a historical standpoint and say, what happened when they met in the playoffs? As of right now, we got Kawhi beating Bron. Spurs versus Heat when Kawhi was becoming. I know LeBron beat Kawhi the year before, but I think Kawhi was like a rookie that year. Right? In 13, I think Kawhi was a rookie that year. In 14, Kawhi won Finals MVP, but that wasn't his team. We need it now with 2 alpha males. Kawhi versus Bron. I think LeBron even wants Kawhi to win this Game 7. The Clippers need this one. They got to figure it out.